What is going on? Welcome to No Chill Promos. How y'all doing? Hope you're having a blessed Tuesday for watching this. And before I get into this week's review for Monday Night Raw, just gotta do a quick shout out to all subscribers to the channel and to the followers on Rumble. So at 134 subs, or I talked about that shit in the Logan Paul Kevin Nash video. Alright, gains don't stop, so in a matter of time for that number keeps going up. Alright, so until then I'm gonna keep on going. So yeah, I don't want to waste any more time, and I'm not gonna hold you. I did fall asleep around like the final hour of Raw this week. I tried, man. This shit was boring. Alright, but I'm breaking down segment by segment. So starting off, we see the Terror Not Twins showing up. This is the same shit they do every fucking week, where we see this random ass wrestler showing up into the arena, or we're supposed to act like oh, this is hype shit. I mean, like, it's fucking stupid. Next, we see the Judgment Day, and you got tag team champions who don't defend their belts, and you have Liv Morgan who ain't doing jack shit with her belt. Moving on, we see birth control of Io and Kairi Sane, who I'm glad that Kairi's healing up from that nasty wound that she had from the botch like a couple weeks ago, so that's good. Moving on, we see the current tag team champions, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Always good to see them. Moving on, we see Braun in his match later on against the top dog, Big Bronson Reed, whom we see here rocking the Dr. Octagon shirt. And this man right here, he's a true hip-hop head. Alright? If you know, you know. Okay? Like, this man knows his shit. He has good taste. I respect it. And finally, we see old Phil Brooks, CM Logan, because he acts like he's in his 70s when he's 44 years old. Alright? We see him driving his mom's hatchback for some fucking reason. I don't know. Maybe he just took the kids to the daycare. Maybe he just got done washing his clothes at the local laundromat. I don't fucking know. But we get a promo from old CM Punk to start off the show. Alright, and I've been seeing people swear up and down like this was great stuff. This was awesome, man. Like a top tier promo from the CM Punk once again. And I'm like, how? Did I miss something? Like, I was watching this shit. I didn't fall asleep yet. Alright? And I'm just like, he's been saying the same shit that he has been saying for these past few Raws that I've been reviewing. Alright? But I will say, I will give him credit, because he was selling, kind of had like a little rasp. You know, had a deeper voice because he's trying to sell the injury that Drew McIntyre did to him. I can respect that. I appreciate that. But the promo itself, it's the same shit. He was like, if you're gonna ask me how many Hell in a Cell matches do I have left in this old body of mine, the honest answer is none. I'm like, motherfucker, you're 44 years old, man. He's still acting like he's been through like 20 Hell in a Cells in his fucking career. Like, I'm not gonna look up how many Hell in a Cells he's been in, because I don't fucking care. I really don't. I mean, but I'm just, the point of this is like, this dude's acting like he's fucking old as shit when he's not. I mean, he looks old as shit, but he's not old. He's not that old in retrospect. See what I'm saying? But he is like, my friends, my family, my wife, my kids, they don't want me to do this match. But I don't have a choice, because it's the devil. It's the devil in me that makes me want to do it. And I'm going to show Drew McIntyre what this devil can do. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here. I'm so tired. Everybody thinks they're fucking the devil, Lucifer, Satan, man, apparently. You got MJF calling himself the devil. You got fucking Damian Priest calling himself El Diablo. I mean, like, get the fuck out of here, man. So yeah, I thought this promo was goofy. In my opinion, he cut better promos back in AEW than he does here in WWE. It's not even close. Like, those promos, like, you can go back and watch those promos that he did with Eddie Kingston and MJF. Way better. Even fucking Hangman, Adam Page. That shit was better than this bullshit that he's doing here with Drew McIntyre. And you got old man Logan talking about how, oh, this might be my last run. Well, I hope it is. I hope Drew McIntyre retires his bum once and for all, man. Because all this dude does is come out here and says the same fucking shit. He doesn't wrestle. Alright, so I'm good. I'm good on CM Punk, man. I mean, like, that nostalgia wore off super quick. So we move on. And next we see Sheamus backstage saying basically how, Butch, he really hit me where it hurts. And I'm not talking about how he busted my hand open or he went upside my head with a shillelagh. No, I'm talking about how he took away my dream to be the Intercontinental Champion and to be the first Irish Grand Slam champion. And he doesn't even like being called Butch. Well, guess what? You're gonna be my Butch. So Portland, are you ready to see a banger? That's it. That's all he said here. So we get the match. The match was decent up until the finish. Alright, so real quick, you see Sheamus, he does a Hulk up. You see Pete Dunne, he's trying to headbutt him. Sheamus no-sells it. He grabs him, he's like, bitch. He clotheslines him. Fast forward to the finish. We see Pete Dunne on the outside. He randomly grabs a cricket bat, hits Sheamus on the arm, and yes, so you can see it hits him not on the head, right there on the arm. Sheamus has no choice but to sell it like he's been knocked out. But we see Pete Dunne picks his ass up and hits a pump kick. Doesn't even hit the better end for some fucking reason for the 1-2-3. So yeah, they completely fucked up this finish and called it on the spot from the looks of it. And yeah, there you go. Your winner, YXB Pete Dunne, who you see shrugging like, oh well, I still won. Fuck it. So we move on. We see the Terror Not Twins talking to mid-event Jey Uso Yeet. And Jay was like, look, Damian, I know how you are. Alright, but in your match tonight against Dominic, I'm going to be watching, and anything happens, I got your back. Goose, yeet. Alright, Xavier shows up, and he was like, look, Damian, alright, I know we haven't seen eye to eye in this past few months, alright, but I'm asking you, man to man, to not get involved in the match tonight against Judgment Day. I'm trying to prove that me and Coffee still got it, and that the New Day still rocks. Alright? And Damian was like, okay, I could dig that. Hey, but just make sure you take those titles and whoop their asses, alright? And Xavier was like, yeah, okay. And by the way, like, I like this dude way more than Dominic. Like, and then that's it. So we move on. We've seen Braun talking to the Miz. Miz comes up and he was like, look, man, I just want to wish you good luck tonight against your match against the top dog, Big Bronson Reed. And by the way, what'd you mean last week when you said I'm absolutely no match for Bronson Reed? All right, and Braun was like, oh, whoa. I was like, hey, I don't mean to offend you. I don't want you to take anything out of context. Yes, you're the Miz, all right? Like, you've done it all here. But sometimes it takes a monster to beat a monster. Okay? Miz was like, yeah, I get it. I'm not a monster. Alright, whatever. Hey, just good luck. Alright? That's all that happened here. Moving on. We get a match between Natalya and favorite faction on Raw. The stud line. Yeah, look at these studs. With Zoe Stark representing. Alright? Now, I was laughing at Wade Barrett on commentary during Natalya's entrance because Wade was like, this crowd is absolutely explosive tonight for Natalya. And then I'm watching the reaction in the crowd, and the crowd doesn't give a fuck about Natalya. They don't give a fuck about this match, and I don't blame them. So we're going to fast forward to the finish. Natalya wins via schoolboy roll-up for the 1-2-3. And again, you can't take the pure fusion of jobbers seriously. They're a joke. Alright? You're losing to Natalya and under fucking 5 minutes. You guys suck. So we move on. See Finn Balor talking to Rhea Ripley backstage. And Finn was like, hey Rhea, I know I haven't had the chance to really talk to you about this whole situation with the Judgment Day. And Rhea was like, well, now's your chance. Finn was like, well, you're just as bad as Damian Priest is. It's your fault and Damian's fault why I didn't get to win the World Heavyweight Championship last year. It's your fault and it's Damien's fault why you guys are world champions right now. And it's your fault and Damien's fault between all the issues that happened within Judgment Day these past 2 months. And Rhea was like, okay, what we're not going to do is play this revisionist history, and all I ever try to do is stop you idiots from fighting every bloody week. I never lied to you. We were family, and I protect my family, but you fucked that up. Then we see mid-event, Jey Uso, Yeet, showing back up, and he was like, we got a problem, Uso? Finn was like, no, we don't have a problem, mate, but I think you might need to focus on the Intercontinental Championship because you're out of your league over here. He walks off, and mind you, he had his new merch called Street Trash, and that's exactly what that shirt is. Trash. Rhea was like, thank you, Uso, but Finn does have a point. And Jay was like, oh, what, you got out of my league? And Rhea was like, no. Jay was like, I'm about to say. I call it that, that's funny. But she's like, no, you need to worry about your Intercontinental match against Braun Breaker. And then Jay was like, hey, don't worry about that, Uso. I'm on the way to the ring right now. Yeet. And that's what happens. We see Jey Uso about to head to the ring. So I guess to confront Braun Breaker. Jey Uso comes out, Uso, yeet, and he's talking about how, finally I get to be a man of my own, and I get to win my first singles title here in the WWE. Uso, I can do it all on my own, so I can be the main event. Jey Uso, yeet, and the crowd goes yeet, And then we see LeBron Breaker coming out. Braun was like, do you have any dogs here in Portland? And he was like, I tried to give you a way out, Jay. I tried. But you're so persistent in this pursuit for my Intercontinental title. And I respect it. I've done a little research on you. Alright? But it's funny. Now you're trying to prove yourself as a single star. But I've accomplished more in the past 6 months as a single star than you ever have in your whole career. Alright? So, and I did it without the family. I did it without the name. Because you see this title right here? I fight for this title. This title fights for me. This is my family right here. And you're not taking it away from me. Okay? And Jey Uso takes his shades off and he was like, oh, well, I see you, Uso. Yeah, I see you. You got that dog in you. But how long you said you were here for? What, 6 months? Okay. Well, I've been here for 14 years, winning championships while your ass was still in diapers, sucking on your pacifier. Yeah. Next week, I'm gonna dog walk your ass. I'm like, this nigga thinks he's Jacob Fatu all of a sudden. I mean, come on, man. And they end up fighting. Like Jey Uso hits a spear to end the segment, and then we got him doing the yeet, and the crowd doing the yeet as well. So chances are he's gonna be losing next week. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll be more surprised if Jey Uso actually wins next week. Not gonna lie. Which I don't know. I'm all for it. Like I said, he's way too over to not put a fucking belt on him. It's like the same with LA Knight. Yeah. Even though for LA Knight's case, he should have been the undisputed Universal Champion, but I digress. And I'm saying for fucking Jey Uso, he could have been the World Heavyweight Champion, but nah, we gotta protect Gunther, the Randall. So, hey, best of luck to Jey Uso next week, man. I hope he does win it. Fuck it. But we move on. Next, we see Io Sky confronting Bianca Belair, and she was like, she was on her Oscar shit here. She was like, Bianca, you'll have match with Kyrie tonight after you hurt her face. You are coward. How can you not crack up watching this, man? But yeah, at least I respect Io for trying. Alright, but Bianca was like, whoa, she need to shut that shit down. Alright, first off, the match was already made last week. Alright? And I'm still the EST of the WWE, and I don't back down from anybody. And I see you 10 toes down for your girl Kyrie, so why don't you step up tonight? Io says, I accept. And that's it. So, you get the match later on between Bianca Belair and Io Sky. Two of the WWE's finest. Literally. More ways than one. Alright, but we move on. You get the tag team title match between the Judgment Day, who never defend their belts. This is the first time, apparently, they're defending their belts in the past 2 months, which is a failure on Triple H's booking. But what else is new? And they're going up against the New Day, or New Day, who, come to find out, they've been tag teaming for a decade. It's their 10-year anniversary, man. 10 years of this fucking jobber-ass group. My goodness. Yeah, but the match was what it was, and I'm not going to spend too much time, like, trying to break down these, like, mid-level matches, you know what I mean? I'll break down, like, the actual good matches that happen on these shows from now on, because I'm wasting too much time talking about bullshit that doesn't even fucking matter. So I'm just gonna get to the part that actually does. Alright, so we skip to the finish. Alright, we see Judgment Day coming out. The NWO comes out to confront him. Xavier's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, who told you to be here? Alright, we see Coffee, he does the outside dive, wipes out everybody. We see Xavier hitting that elbow drop off the top rope to JD McDonough. Now, it should have been a 1, 2, 3 right here. But of course, the referee's on some fuck shit. He's out here trying to fucking break up the chaos that's outside instead of doing his job and focus on the match in the middle of the ring. So Xavier's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? It's like, get your ass in that fucking ring. Like, man, that was me. Oh, I got DQ'd. Little dumbass fucking ref. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Get your fucking ass in there. And then, like, I appreciate the crowd. They're like, ref, you suck. Ref, you suck. Ref, you suck. He does. That was a fucking dumbass referee. But fast forward, we see JD McDonough. He locks in the crossface chicken wing for Finn Balor to hit the coup de grace for the 1, 2, 3. And still the tag team champions on Raw, the Judgment Day. Shocker. Alright, but after the match, you see Xavier, he's pissed off. I think this is it. I think this is finally the moment where it sinks in for Xavier. Alright, and like you see Coffee trying to talk to him. He's like, get your fucking hands off of me, man. I'm tired of this shit. And how can you blame him? Alright. Well, we move on. Next, we see, I guess, some weird kind of vignette with the Wyatt Six, and there was like a barcode at the end, and I don't care, man. Shout out to you, Dax Toretto. Like, I know that this is your one of your favorites, but I'm just, man, I'm not feeling it, man. I'm just not. Triple H is not doing what he should be doing with this group, you know, in my opinion. All right, so therefore I have zero interest in the White Six. All right, move on. We see kind of like some backstage footage of Rey Mysterio talking to Dana White. He gives someone of his mask, and this was a missed opportunity here. All right, because we see both Rey Mysterio and Dominic in the crowd. They're in separate areas, but Liv Morgan should have been out there because they strategically covered Dirty Dom's actual wife's face. You know, that's her right there sitting next to him, and he could have Liv Morgan right there, so he could have both. They could have had it to where, like, we see his mistress and his wife sitting next to him supporting the man. Like that man, that would have been inspirational. Oh no, I'm joking, man. And if you haven't seen the UFC 306, like, I don't usually do like MMA videos or UFC videos because I'm a casual. All right, like, at least for wrestling, I know my shit when I do these videos. You know, for UFC, I'm still I just watch like the main pay-per-views. You know what I mean? I don't watch the fight nights and all that shit, or the prelims, or depending on who's on there. You know what I mean? But 306 was decent. The main event was trash, but predictable. And the fight of the night was Zellhuber versus Ribovic. Alright, definitely one of the best fights I've seen all year. But yeah, moving on. We see Kofi Kingston trying to talk to Xavier Woods backstage. Xavier was like, what the fuck was that? Like, why the fuck did the LWO come out? And Kofi was like, look, I told them to come out to have our backs against Judgment Day. It's like, oh, so now we need help. Now we're not good enough to beat Judgment Day on our own? We never need help before, now we need help now? And Kofi was like, that's because we had Big E back then. Now we don't. Like, what the fuck you think was going to happen? Of course, Judgment Day was going to get involved, so I holler at the LWO to have our backs, even the odds just a bit. And Xavier is like, okay, so now not only are we not good enough, you don't even tell your tag team partner what the fuck's going on, what the plan is. I'm your tag team partner. We've been doing this for 10 fucking years. And like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on anymore, man. I had enough. Now, watching this, both these men make excellent points. Alright, we had Kofi talking about how he's trying to do the right thing to try to fight off the numbers from the Judgment Day by recruiting the help of the LWO, who has beef with the Judgment Day. The problem is, like Xavier mentioned, is how the fuck do you not tell your own tag team partner your plans for the match that he's in tonight? Come on, man, a little negligent on Kofi's part. Right, so Xavier being pissed off is justified. So that heel turn is coming, man. That it might be heel turn of the year when that shit happens, man. It's gonna be glorious. But we move on. Next, we see a little promo package for the top dog, Big Bronson Reed, and he was just saying how basically it's like, you know, I had to make my own opportunities around here, you know, via tsunamis to Miz, to R-Truth, and Braun Strowman. I take out Braun Strowman, and they give him the match. They give him the opportunity to become the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. But that's okay. I'm back now. I'm going to finish what I started, and I'm going to finish Braun Strowman tonight. So we get the match between the top dog, Big Bronson Reed, versus the monster of monsters, Braun Strowman. This match was just basically just a car crash, just the entire time. Alright, so I'll break down what happens here, because this was actually entertaining. So first, we see the top dog just run and just rip the top of the turnbuckle off on the ring post, which obviously they loosened it before the match. I mean, come on, like, Bronson Reed's strong, but he ain't that damn strong. Fast forward, we see Braun hitting a choke slam onto Bronson Reed. They fight on the outside, and this is probably the best moment of the match. Alright, we see Bronson tossing some dude that looks like I Show Speed towards Braun. He catches him, knocks him down. Alright, and I say that that's not actually ISO Speed, but it looks like him. Oh wait, so yeah, apparently he was like one of the he's been around there before. He might even be a fucking wrestler, who knows. But yeah, big ups to him. You know, I've never seen that before, using as Wade said, a human missile towards Braun there. So that was innovative. I like that. Fast forward, we see Braun doing like a kind of like a crossbody to Bronson Reed through the barricade once again. They're both down. Fast forward, Bronson was like, fuck this, I'm out. We see Braun hitting the wow to Bronson over kind of like where the audio equipment's at. Fast forward again, we see Braun getting pissed off, and he's just throwing around security guards, just trying to do their job. He's like, get out of my way. And he just, with no effort, just lifts up a fucking security cart just because it's in the way. Just because. Alright, fast forward, we see Bronson. He jumps off the table, does another crossbody to Braun through a table. And to finish off this clash, we see Braun just tackling Bronson through a door. Alright, and both these guys are down, they're dead. It's over, he ain't moving. Match is over. Alright, and then we see Daivari looking like, watching Davari, it reminds me, if you go to certain restaurants or stores, or just if you've been in the workplace ever, you always know there's just that one person that's never doing shit, but they always try to look like they're busy. You know what I mean? That's Davari right here. He ain't doing a damn thing, but he looks like he's doing something. All right. So, and then apparently there was like a bunch of shit falling afterwards, and yeah, they try to make it seem like this shit was chaotic and like there's like it's like an earthquake between these two fucking gargantuans. You know what I mean? But this was good shit. They go to commercial break, and we check back on Braun and Bronson Reed. They're both dead. They're still not moving, so they're done for the rest of the show. All right, so rest in peace to both Braun and Bronson Reed. So we move on. Next, we see Ludwig Kaiser talking to Adam Pearce backstage, and he was like, what's more important than the World Heavyweight Champion right now? And he was like, look, I have my hands busy, as you clearly see with fucking Braun and Bronson Reed trying to tear each other apart. What the hell do you want? And then Ludwig was like, look, I asked for an adequate opponent, and you, Sami Zayn? Like, really? It's like, yeah, Sami makes a compelling argument for why he should be the number one contender to Gunther's World Heavyweight title. Alright? You have a problem with it, why don't you do something about it? Alright, I'm like, okay. There you go, Adam Pearce. Look, finally, I don't know, he must be watching these, he must be seeing all the criticisms of him not doing his fucking job as a GM on Raw. He's finally taking this shit seriously. So, good for you, Adam Pearce. Alright? And I'm watching Ludwig Kaiser here. And this expression, when he sees Sami Zayn, this Titantron pop up, that's how I feel about Sami Zayn. We're about to get to that a little bit, but it's more about Kaiser here. And I'm watching him, I'm like, I got the perfect idea, the perfect gimmick for this dude, man. But when I do Make Gimmicks Great Again video, I got just the idea for him. But that's for another video, for another day. So we move on. We get a boring ass promo from Sami Zayn, aka Sammy Foley. Alright, and I say that because he does remind me a lot of Mick Foley. Except he has red hair, skinnier, not as charismatic, and not nearly as entertaining. Alright, and what he says here doesn't fucking matter. Okay, I'm not gonna break down his promo because it's the same bullshit he's been saying. Alright, like I'm tired of this version of Sami Zayn here. Alright, I missed that NXT version of Sami Zayn. That was peak Sami Zayn. Or him and the Bloodline getting ragdolled by fucking Roman. Like, those are like his best runs so far. Alright? But the Bloodline shit's over, so go back to the NXT version. Like, get a fucking haircut, and for God's sake, trim that fucking beard, man. Looking like fucking Santa Claus in fucking September. Like, man, come on, man. Like, just, yeah, like, and, I try to defend Sammy, but he did piss me off when he went over on Braun Breaker and Money in the Bank. That was some fuck shit. Alright, so it was like, at that point, I'm like, I'm good on Sammy. I'm beyond good on Sammy. Alright? Like I said, I want to see that NXT version back, man. So until then, I don't give a shit about Sami Zayn. I really don't. And I like Sami Zayn. But it's just like, enough's enough, man. So after he's done saying whatever bullshit he said, we see Kaiser come now, he interrupts him. And he was like, why would the Ring General be scared of you? Like you? Like, really? I'm sorry, I was laughing because even he was trying not to laugh. Because, like, look at this dude, man. Why the fuck would Gunther be afraid of Sami Zayn? Come on, man. For a fluke win at WrestleMania 40 that should never even happen in the first fucking place? Come on. But who are we kidding here, man? He gets in the ring, he says his shit, and then we see the Ring General Gunther coming out. And, he's like, no, before I talk to you, Sami Kaiser, you have anything to say to me? Now's the time to do it. And we see Kaiser. He's looking down, and he's like, I have something that I need to get off my chest for a very long time. and he looks at Gunther, and the crowd's like, oh shit, is he about to turn? Or we're gonna get a babyface fucking Ludwig Kaiser? Nope. He fucking clotheslines his shit, Sami Zayn, and they attack him. Alright, and then we see Gunther. He was like, Sami, my answer to your request to challenge me for the World Heavyweight Championship, still no. It's the same shit they be doing, but it's funny. I'm sorry, him denying Sami Zayn will never get old. That's hilarious to me. Alright, so they walk off, but before Kaiser can leave, Sami gets back. He attacks him. He takes him down with the Haluva kick, and that ends the segment. So Kaiser easily was MVP here, and it'll be interesting to see a babyface run for Ludwig Kaiser. Alright, so we move on. Next we see Damian Priest backstage with Kathy Kelly, but she gets interrupted by Liv Morgan. And this is the last thing I remember before I passed out. I remember seeing Liv Morgan, and then I fell asleep shortly after. But yeah, Liv basically was taunting Damian, saying how oh, you guys are just so desperate and pathetic, and you should hear the shit the boys say about you guys. You guys are lonely, attention-seeking losers that are trying to cling on to the one moment where you guys were on top. Alright, and Damian responds back with saying you can talk all the show you want to, but once Rhea gets her hands on you, she's gonna destroy you. Alright, and as far as your boyfriend Dominic, I'm doing the same thing to him. And then I'm going after the rest of the boys in Judgment Day. Bye, Sucia. And that's it. So, I kind of feel bad now I see that I fell asleep on the best match on the fucking show. And that's Bianca Belair versus Io Sky. Alright, this was a good television match. Alright, and I've seen people hating on this match. Like why? I don't understand. I mean, you got two of your best. You got Bianca Belair, and you got Io Sky. Arguably, Io Sky is the best worker in that fucking company. Right? So good, in fact, that she could outwork some of the men on that roster. And I'm not kidding when I say that. She is that damn good. Alright, the only criticism for Io is just, her promos, which she can't help it. At least she's trying. And then there's Bianca Belair, the EST of the WWE. Alright, now even though her stock has diminished under the Triple H era, because you know where his focus is on. Alright, it is damn sure not on Bianca Belair. Alright, that's why she's stuck in the fucking mid-card. You already fucked up with Jade Cargill. Alright, again, I made a video about Jade Cargill, how she should have been undefeated. Still should be undefeated, but they fucked that up. From jump. So, it is what it is, man. Damage is done. Alright, but as far as Bianca, the only thing she really needs to do is turn heel. I'm gonna make a video on how exactly I will book a Bianca Belair heel turn. Because there's a few prerequisites that has to happen to get to that point. You know what I mean? But that's for another video. Now, getting back to this match, this was easily the match of the night. I mean, I can't count Braun versus Bronson. That's more like a brawl, just street fight, that kind of shit. This was an actual match. Alright, this was another showcase of athleticism, power, and speed. They're countering each other, through pretty much the majority of the match. Fast forward, we see Bianca doing that suplex where she does the knee shuffles. Fast forward, we see Io, she's trying to go for a tiger bomb, I presume. Bianca counters it to a Alabama slam, but Io counters that and runs the ropes into a tilt-a-whirl gut buster from Bianca Belair. I like that transition. That was cool. That was well done, well executed. Fast forward again, we see Io hitting a shotgun dropkick from the top rope to Bianca. Fast forward, we see Bianca hitting the spine buster, the spine on the pine to Io Sky. Fast forward, she then tries to gets her up for a military press, but Io counters it into a German suplex for the 2 count. Fast forward, Io hits a tope suicida to Bianca Belair, which was clean as shit. Fast forward, we see Bianca carrying Io into the ring from the suplex position. And I know she did this before. I forgot what it was. But yeah, this match was just more of a showcase of Bianca's strength. All right, now she has won pound for pound, one of the strongest women in the WWE. You know, her and Jade Cargill. Right. But fast forward, we see Bianca try to go for that 450 splash. Io counters it. Io tries to go for a moonsault. Bianca grabs her for the KOD, but she counters it, and she's on her Naito shit here with this finish. Counters it with a kind of like a small package pin for the 1-2-3. And the winner is Io Sky. All right, and even she can't believe it. She's like, "Holy shit, that worked!" And she's like, "Thank you, Naito." I can't help but think that when I was watching, when I see that finish, I'm like, "Good shit." That was good. All right, and then you see Bianca in disbelief, like, "Ain't no fucking way!" Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, yeah, this was good. This like, I don't know how you could hate this match. I mean, you just must not like. That's like fucking. It reminds me of Dave Meltzer, how he was shitting on Sol Ruka versus Kalani Jordan at that one NXT pay-per-view, talking about like, "Oh, that wasn't women's wrestling, that was just fucking gymnastics." I'm like you fucking like, oh, I don't know why people listen to that dude, man. I'm like, let that be fucking Ospreay and Ricochet doing that same exact shit that they did in that Sol Ruka versus Kalani Jordan match. He would fucking give that shit 8 stars, 9 stars. But when his women doing it, oh, it's garbage. The fuck out of here, man. Shut the fuck up. I mean, that's what you should do. All right. Yeah, this was good shit for both these ladies. All right. And Io, obviously, they hold Io back. All right. Like that shit that she did at WrestleMania before you and with Bayley. Like, she could have been doing that her entire fucking run when she was a SmackDown Women's Champion. But for whatever reason, they don't let her cut loose and they restrict her into the confines of the WWE style, which is usually generic and boring as fuck. Right? So, and as far as Bianca, like I said, all she needs to do is just change her character. Alright, and that's it. Next, we see a promo package for American Made. And I'm just watching this shit. I'm just like, how can you hate these guys? I mean, like, honestly, like, these guys are awesome. You know what I mean? Like, you got Chad Gable talking about how, you know, like, we're not gonna let those sick freaks take us down. You can't break the American spirit. And I'm just like, how is that a heel? Like, how can you boo that? Unless you're like overseas or a foreigner, then that makes sense. But we're over here in the States, you know what I mean? Which is considered to be the greatest country on this planet. Not so much these days. You know, we got China over there just laughing at us. But, you know, that's for another conversation. But yeah, I mean, like, these guys are baby faces, man. Like, they should have won. They should have steamrolled fucking White 6. And we should be pushing American Made. That's just my take on it. So we move on. We see Ludwig Kaiser backstage. He's cutting promo. And basically he was like, "Sammy, who the hell do you think you are? Questioning me, questioning my past, questioning my loyalty to the ring general, Gunther. Let's talk about you, Sammy. Let's talk about your past and your friendship with Kevin Owens and how you've always betrayed one another and how deep down inside you're jealous. You're jealous of his success because he is something that you will never be, a world champion." That's all he said here, so we move on. We see mid-event Jey Uso, talking with the Tsar of Raw, Mr. Ilya Dragunov. He was just like, "Hey, what up, dog? Yeet." And Ilya was like, "You know, I have to tell you, Jay, you know, I came close to winning last week in our Fatal 4-Way, but I must say, I do respect you." All right, and then Jey Uso was like, "Yeet, no, you were right, Us, yeet." That's it, man. And then we see the Judgment Day confront Ilya. Finn Balor says, "Hello, mate. You've been choosing some interesting friends around here. You've been praising Rhea, you've been praising Damian, and now you're praising Jey Uso. I'm just here to give you a fair warning. Be careful of the friends you choose around here." Ilya says, friends, huh? That's such a strong word to use. Now, I like Rhea, I like Damien, and I like Jey Uso. I respect them. But I can't say the same for all of you. And then JD was about to buck up. He's like, what the fuck you say? Finn backs him down. And it's like, hey, look, this is just a friendly warning. Okay? Next time, it won't be so friendly. And they fucking walk off. This shit sucks. I miss, like, if they're gonna make Finn Balor the leader, like, he needs to bring back that tenacity that I seen in Bullet Club. When he was the leader, the true leader, my favorite leader of Bullet Club. Alright? That's the fucking Finn Balor that I want to see. But I don't think he has that in him anymore. And now we move on to the main event. Alright, which is Damian Priest versus Dominic Mysterio. I don't give two fucks about the match. We're just going to skip to the finish. Because basically, it was just Judgment Day interfering. Finally, Damian Priest hits the South of Heaven to Dominic for the 1, 2, 3. After the fact, we see Judgment Day whooping both Rhea and Damian Priest's ass. Alright, same shit that happened last week. You know, and then we see mid-event Jey Uso yeet. He walks down the ramp. Doesn't run this time. He just walks down. He stops in front of the ring. Alright, he waits about like 5 minutes until fucking Braun Breaker comes out of nowhere, hurls himself the spiritual shit out of him, kills him, he's done. Alright, which it would have been better if you had Jey Uso run down the fucking rampway and then we see Braun Breaker do that same exact spear to him. Instead of this like awkward fucking pause for Jey Uso, like, should I go in there? Should I stay or should I go? You know me, that's what it looked like, man. Should look goofy. And then fast forward, we see Liv hits the Oblivion, the little like fucking flatliner shit that she does to Rhea, and Finn hits the coup de grace to Damien again, and we close out the show with Judgment Day, aka Street Trash, on top. And that's it. So real quick, I'm gonna break down what I enjoyed about this week's Raw. I'll give a point for each segment or match. All right. Give a point for Braun and Bronson Reed, their match. I'll give a point to Bianca Belair versus Io Sky. I'll give a point to Kaiser, who's MVP in that whole exchange between Gunther and Sami Zayn. I'll give a point to the promo exchange between Braun Breaker and Jey Uso. And trying to think, is there anything else? Yeah, no, that's it. So, yeah, I'm on my Bret Hart shit, 4 out of 10. I would say I would give a point to Xavier, but I'm still he needs to turn heel. I'm waiting for it. So they're still teasing it, so that ain't good enough for me. He needs to turn already. Fuck that shit. Fuck the New Day. All right. So yeah, give the show 4 out of 10. If there's something I missed, either I forgot or it's irrelevant. So yeah, and again, I fell asleep around that third hour, right before the that Liv Morgan Damian Priest segment. That's where I passed out at. So yeah, last week's episode was better in my opinion, and that's the thing about these fucking Raws, man. I keep saying this, the inconsistencies, man. Like, there's some good in these episodes, but the bad overwhelms it, overshadows it every fucking time. And plus 3 hours is fucking too fucking long. Alright, it is. And clearly they're not changing that when they move to Netflix. They're still going to keep the same formula on their platform. So we're stuck with these 3 hour Raws until God knows when, because they're too greedy to let go of that ad revenue for that full hour dedicated to just running fucking commercials. So it is what it is. So if you watch Raw, let me know how you feel. What was your favorite moment, your favorite match, and all that good stuff. Love it, hate it, comment, subscribe to the channel. It's all it's saying to me. I just want to see the engagement and the feedback from you guys. That's why I do these videos. As far as the next video, I'm going to be doing the NXT review, and I might try to see if I have enough time to do that Hernandez video, because or I don't know if I should wait till there's more information revealed, or just, go off of what we don't now. So I don't know, I might have to see. But yeah, that's it. So I'm wasting enough of your guys' time, been here for too fucking long. Like I said, these reviews take forever because it's a 3 hour fucking show. Like 3 hours of just garbage, man. And me, I like to dissect and break down Barney style everything that happens on this show. I could easily do like a 5-minute review. Be like, CM Punk opens the show, cuts a pandering ass promo, doesn't say shit, who gives a fuck? We see a match between Zoe Stark and Natalya. They come out to no reception at all. Crowd doesn't give 2 fucks about this match. Natalya wins. Shit like that. I could easily just I'm laughing because I would preferably I would like to do that, but no, I'm not trying to do half-ass. I don't want to put out half-ass work. If you're gonna do something, it has to be both butt cheeks. You know what I mean? So always go full ass, no matter whatever it is you do. That said, be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, and trust in God. I'm out of here. Till next time, adios.